Philip here. In this very short video, I'm going to explain to you what the mirroring formula is and how you can use it in your own business to predictably grow your revenue. You know, the vast majority of businesses do not have the predictable factor when it comes down to their own revenue. With the mirroring formula, that is just a consequence. So the first thing I'm going to cover in this video is how you can do it under 90 days. The three key concepts that must be in place in order for that to happen. And obviously, who is Philip and why you should listen to myself. So let's start. The very first and the most important concept that you have to have in place is mirror your self-image. So we break down into two steps. Number one, you must identify who your perfect buyer is. And number two, you must learn how to mirror your perfect buyer. But in order for this to be done effectively, you need to separate your ideal client or ideal avatar to your perfect buyer. Your perfect buyer, by definition, is the person, business, corporation, or organization that will buy the easiest and the fastest now. Meaning these people are actively, currently looking for the solution you have. The only thing they do not know is who or what is the solution. So what you want to look at is identifying and recognizing the patterns of behavior your perfect buyer has when he's actively looking for the solution you have. So not just the age and the gender and the number, how big is the business or the goals they have, not just that, which is important, but you wanted to break down in what are the patterns of behavior your perfect buyer has when he's actively looking for the solution you have. Once you have those, it becomes quite easy to then spot them while you're doing your networking on social media. So by definition, mirroring is the subconscious replication of someone else's verbal and nonverbal signals. The goal of mirroring is to create fast, targeted attention. When you know what your perfect buyer patterns of behavior are, you can easily spot them. Equals to you can easily mirror them. And mirroring, it creates that feeling of familiarity around you. So for example, if you think like this, when last time you were in a place where you had different people and you didn't know the place, you know these people. So when this happened to us, what we do normally, we put our protection type of character equals to our subconscious takes over, and we basically protect ourselves. We are not the same people as we are when we are in our own house, between our own family, right? It's just this, we act differently. So when we go into a new space, a new environment, we tend to protect ourselves. That's our brain's type of way of working. Now, explain me how you end up talking with this person and not with that person. Well, the explanation comes down to mirroring. There's something about that person that creates familiarity around you that will lead to you going to speak with them instead of the others. Well, online, that's exactly what you need to do. Remember this: strange equals to dangerous, and familiarity equals to safe. So when you mirror your perfect buyer, one, you get very fast target attention, and two, they will easily feel good about talking with you and sharing themselves to you. Does that make sense? So that's your concept number one. The concept number two, you must set up a predictable lead generation system, meaning you must choose one platform in the social media space that you know your perfect buyer is actively looking for the solution you have. And you must leverage this one platform only until you have consistently reach your 5-figure month. You can use the other platforms to create content, but this one platform is the one you are going to use to actively promote your business and acquire paying customers. The concept number 3 is you must have a profitable sales process. Once I read this quote somewhere that says something like, if your business is not profitable, you do not have a business. You have an expensive hobby. And the reality is, mainly in the service-based industry, this is very common. It's the vast majority of people and business owners do not have a predictable and profitable sales process. So you must have that. Your sales process must be a process that is proven to work and you know that you can rely on, meaning you just need to bring targeted people into this process, and you know that some of those targeted people will become paying customers. So to recap, the mirroring formula relies on 3 key concepts, and really, if these 3 concepts are in place, client acquisition will never be a problem. Revenue will never be a problem. And on the other side, it will actually be predictable. So concept number 1, the most important one, you must mirror your self-image, meaning identify who your perfect buyer is and mirror your perfect buyer. Concept number 2, you must set up a predictable lead generation system. And concept number 3, you must have a profitable sales process. Now, why would you listen to me and why would you follow what I do? Well, my background actually is health and fitness. If you look at the left side of the screen, this is me doing a seminar for people who would be interested on improving their health, losing weight, reducing the medication intake they were having, and in general just be healthier, more energy. And this was up to between 2011 to 2019. I traveled the world, I worked on cruise ships, and I would really educate people to do something better for themselves. Now, in 2019, I moved into the high-end luxury shopping industry, and I would do massive lectures, presentations that, as you can see in the video in the center, and I would guide people to on how to buy diamonds, on how to buy timepieces, how to negotiate for the best prices. This is what I would do. I would do presentations for 300 to 500 people, and then I would help them in the stores to get the very best deal, to get the very best piece at the lowest cost. So negotiation skills would be very, very important in this role. And then this is basically me today with much shorter hair. What I do, I run my own consulting agency since end of 2019, beginning of 2020, where I help businesses grow their revenue predictably. And what you can easily do, you can just go into gonsalvesconsulting.com testimonials, and you will see several success stories. You can just click play and just see how people are doing by leveraging the mirroring formula. And all of them are in the service industry. And you can also go through all these multiple screenshots and to see what the potential and the level of results the mirroring students are having. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can always click on this button, have a quick chat with myself. It's not a sales call. This is not how I work. I have a very specific process, and the quick chat is really to understand, 1, what you're doing, 2, how you bring people in, or what's the level of predictability you have in your business, and 3, if the mirroring formula could help you, how could that potentially happen? All right, so go on gonsalvesconsulting.com testimonials, have a look, do your own research, and go down here, click let's have a quick chat. It's free, and I'm more than happy to have a chat with you. All right, thank you very much for these few minutes, and I look forward to get to know you better.